on our way to Utah to do some jiu-jitsu. The homie Dan driving.
What's up?
We're going up to Fusion MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. I've seen some pictures of it on Google. It looks pretty nice, but I've never been there. Some of my training partners have been there before, so I know we're gonna get some solid rounds in. And yes, I am a little tired, in case you're wondering. Not really a morning person. Had to wake up a little extra early this morning, so got my coffee.
Let me get 3 creams and 3 sugars.
Let's hope it wakes me up by the time I have to train. Going to other gyms and cross-training is something I used to do all the time, and I really enjoyed it. You get different looks than you're used to seeing in your gym, and it can be really fun just to switch things up, keep things playful. I will check in with you guys in Utah. Coffee with 2 cream and 2 sugar. Alright guys, we made it to St. George. We have about an hour to wait before the gym opens. So, came over here to McDonald's to enable my caffeine addiction. Yeah, with the lockdown, I guess you can't set in there, so we're just gonna hang out here in this beautiful parking lot. But yeah, I'm ready to get this training in. Alright guys, we made it. It's time to get dressed out. Oh yeah. You see the drip, I'm fitted up. Welcome to the voiceover section of the video where I will be breaking down my training rounds so you guys have an idea of the moves I like to go for and also what I think about when I'm rolling. With a sleeve grip, I throw my leg over his arm for lasso guard. Usually I'd prefer to play De La Hiva to lasso guard, but I was feeling like trying something new tonight. Here I post on his hip and invert, looking for an omoplata attack, but he's doing a good job of keeping his elbow tucked in, which prevents me from going for it. With a 2-on-1 grip on his right, I hip out to that side, and he gives me the sweep to prevent me from taking his back. I then step on his foot looking for a quick leg drag, but he pulls my leg off of it. I then switch to grab his knees, throw them by, grab the crossface, and after a little bit of work fighting his frames, I'm able to stabilize side control. He's holding onto my arm here, so I frame on his neck with my knee, trying to pull my arm out, maybe looking for an arm bar, but he's able to pull his arm out just in time and get out of it. Here I grab his knees, step off to the side to smash his hips up against the mat, and drive my knee in between them for dope mount. I then drive my hips forward and bring my left knee up against his hip to go through into full mount. From here I post on his elbow looking for an arm triangle, but he's doing a good job of keeping his elbows tucked tight. As I switch over for knee on belly, he frames on my gi and tries to retain guard, so I step out with my foot, driving my hips into him and switching across for knee on belly on the other side. He's not giving me much to work with here, so I get up to knee on belly and switch across one more time. As he fights my crossface, I pull his lapel out of his belt, feed it behind his head, grab it with my hands like a baseball bat. I then use my right leg to trap his head and then circle north-south to finish the baseball bat choke. With double sleeve grips, I step on his biceps looking to play a little spider guard. My spider guard, however, isn't the best, and he's not giving me any easy sweeps. Here I throw my leg over for lasso guard. I then kick my hips out, triangle my legs, and grab his bicep looking for a bicep slicer, but he posts out of it, so I bail on it to retain guard. I believe I can fly. Here I grab his collar and try to trip him over my ankles, but he sprawls out, so I come up on a single leg and finish that way. Here he tries to go for an ankle pick, so I step out to shut it down. I then grab his knees, hop on over to knee on belly, and slide straight through into full mount. Here I grab his neck, switch my hips into S-mount looking for an armbar, but he turns into me to free his arm, so I throw my leg over his neck looking for a triangle right as the timer goes off. Here we tie up, try to gauge each other's reactions before we commit to a shot. As he looks for an arm drag, I lower my hips to reverse it and get the takedown. This is one of those small tricks that always seems to work out for me. Here I grab his knees, hit a flop pass, I then hug both of his legs, throw my top leg over and triangle my legs together, putting him in the Khabib position. This is a super unorthodox position, but it offers a lot of control and pretty much his only options are to pull me into mounts or to give up his back. Here he tries to hip out to create space and escape. As he does, I slide straight through into mounts, get a crossface, and use it to lock up an Ezekiel choke. He turns into me, so I slide my knee behind his shoulders and hit a chair set, bring my leg out of his quarter guard to create space between me and him, and hip in for the tap. immediately sits to guard and butt scoots. I grab his knees and drive my head into his shoulders looking for a guard pass. Here I walk his legs over to my left and slide my knee through for dope mount looking for a guard pass, but he's doing a good job of keeping me from smashing his knees. And here he's able to shrimp out and retain guard. With an underhook, I grab his sleeve and try to force my way into side control, but he's able to throw his legs up, create a little bit of space, and roll underneath, putting me back in his guard. I try to shelf his bottom leg by putting my knee on top of it, but he leans forward, shutting that down, so I change levels and look for a smash pass. As I throw his bottom leg by, trying to solidify side control, he's able to shrimp out and hook it up in his half guard. He then inverts underneath me, looking to take my back. I counter by walking my shoulders out. I then grab his ankle to keep him from coming up. He pauses for just long enough for me to sit up and drive my head into his hips to solidify side control. Especially against guys that are good at scrambling, I'm a fan of circling to north-south and driving my head into their hips to keep them flattened out. Here I step over looking for the Khabib position again, but before I triangle my legs, he's able to turn into me and hip out, putting me in his butterfly guard. I lower my hips, driving my forehead into his shoulder, looking for a flop pass to his left. Since he still has his shin in my arm, I try to convert it into an over-under pass, using my pants grip to try to shove his bottom knee through. He has decent guard retention, so I circle to his right and slide my knee through for the leg drag. I get up on my toes and circle to his left, looking for a guard pass. As I do, he's able to hip out and put me in his half guard again. From his half guard, I lock up a Kimura grip and try to dive over his guard. As I kick my legs free, he hips in hard, trying to come on top, and out of the scramble that ensues, eventually he ends up on top, turning into me, ending up in my guard. He immediately looks for a pass. As he does, I throw my left leg over his neck and look to lock up a triangle. I grab my shin to tighten it up and triangle my legs, and after a little bit of angle cutting and hipping out, I get the tap. Here I grab his collar and sleeve to flatten his shoulders on the mat and then shove my knee through his guard looking for a knee cut pass. As I hip in to drive my way into him, he underhooks my right leg and inverts underneath me looking for a footlock, then transitions to try to take my back. As he does, I roll with him, ending up in his quarter guard. I then walk my way high over his shoulders looking to flatten him out so I can pass his guard. He underhooks my far leg looking to complete the sweep. As he does, I counter with a toe hold. He counters my counter by trying to hip out and take my back, so I counter his counter to my counter by underhooking his bottom knee and turning into him to solidify top position. I lower my levels, underhook his top leg looking for a smash pass. As I stack him, he rolls on his shoulders and hooks my leg looking for a reversal. From here, I try to lock up a crucifix, but he rolls to get out of it. As he does, I time it to end up in side control. Here, as he bridges into me, I throw my leg over, locking up full mount, and I like to cross my ankles underneath his hips to really solidify the position. I then grab his head and shove his wrist up against his chest so I can throw my top leg over and lock up a triangle. As I'm locking it up, he turns into me hard, trying to get out of it. He rolls again, but I follow through, sticking with him. I then readjust the triangle to make it even tighter and get the tap right before the timer goes off. Here I go straight for his collar, pull De La Riva guard, and use my right leg and collar grip to sweep him over almost like a scissor sweep. I then grab his legs to come up and solidify the top position. I then grab his knee and hip, flatten his shoulders on the mat, use my right hand to drag his leg, slide my knee through, and grab his collar to solidify the position. He turns into me, so I let go of the leg drag and go straight into side control. Here, I get up to knee on belly. As I do, he frames on my crossface and throws his top leg over, looking for a leg lock. I kick out of it. As I do, he has enough space to stand up. Here we tie up again and go back to putting each other off balance, looking to set up a shot or a guard pull. With my grips, I hop in between his legs and kick up to pull single leg X. As I underhook his leg looking for a sweep, he spins around to try to get out of it, kicks out, and almost manages to get out, but I get up quick and push on his shoulder to complete the sweep. Here I post on his knee and turn to my left to clear his De La Riva hook. I then drag his leg and go straight into side control, going for the crossface and underhook to lock it down. Here I go for knee on belly and slide straight over for mount, but as I do, he times it and bumps me up, turns the belly down, and is able to pull his head out. This is one of the reasons why sometimes it's better to be patient. Here I grab his collar and sit to guard. He steps in with his right leg, so I go to De La Riva guard and look for an easy sweep, but he's able to gather his balance. I then go for a 2-on-1 grip on his right arm. This is easily one of my favorite grips from any guard, as it's such a powerful grip, especially against bigger opponents. Here I try to trip him with my left foot, but he steps out of it, so I re-pull guard. With my grip, I drag his arm, coming up on a single leg looking to run the pipe. He steps out of it, so I convert it into a knee tap to get the takedown. Something important to note here is that he had just started cutting weight for his next fight, so his cardio was really taking a hit. Anybody who's ever rolled when you're out of shape knows just how hard this can be. Here I come up on a low ankle pick, drive my head into him, and grab his knees to solidify the top position. Here I grab his knee and hip, lower my head, looking to pass to his left side. He throws his right leg over the top, so I stack into him, slide my knee through, and back step while I'm hooking his top leg with my arm. I then shove his bottom knee through to solidify the pass. Here he throws his leg over my head, trying to lock up a triangle choke. I pull my head out. As he tries to get up, I double leg him, driving into him, throw my top leg over, triangle my legs to lock up the Khabib position. From here, I grab his wrist and pin it to the mat. I then reach my other arm behind his neck and grab his wrist, lock up the double wrist lock with my arms. I then let go of his legs, go into side control, and pull his elbow close to his body and turn in to get the tap. Oh, you thought we were done? No way were we gonna quit before we got in some no-gi. As always, we start off with a little bit of touch butt in the park, looking to gauge each other's reactions. I believe I can fly. Here I go into the tie-up, pull straight into X guard, and bump sweep him. Here I post on his knees and step to the side, passing his guard. He tries to turn into me hard, so I hug both his legs and go hip to hip, trying to solidify side control. He has strong frames that he's trying to use to create space, so I go limp body and turn this way and that way, eventually stabilizing side control with a crossface and underhook. With a tight crossface, I grab his wrist, shove it to his chest, step my left leg over his neck to lock up a triangle choke. He tries to pull his left arm out, so I grab his elbow, drag it across, giving me enough space to lock up the triangle right as the timer goes off. Alright guys, just checked into the Airbnb. I have something to show you real quick. There's nothing like a little jacuzzi action after some hard rounds. Yo, how'd you get in here? Hey, give me 1 second to change, okay? Alright, I like this look. Alright guys. Solid training. Like I said, I really like cross training at other gyms. I used to do it all the time, but I haven't really done it lately. It's a great way of getting new looks. Plus, training at other gyms, getting new looks on the mat is just a great way to keep your jiu-jitsu fun. And honestly, if you're not having fun at jiu-jitsu, what are you even doing, bro? All right, bite to eat. See you guys there. All right, so check it out. We got a beef enchilada and taco. We've got one beef taco. I ate the other one. And then we got some Mexican Coke right here. What is your Spanish word of the day?
My Spanish word is...
Puta. Alright, so let me explain real quick. Now, puta means this. And as we all know, I'm talking to you, YouTube. What this means is the female of the dog or some other carnivorous creature. So don't shadow ban this video, please. Alright, we're good. Yo boy, hella tired right now. It's been a long day. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out. Tomorrow though, we're gonna go on a hike, and afterwards I'm gonna wrap up this video. That's all for the video today. I've got to go and head back home. I want to say a huge thank you to all the cool people at Fusion, MMA, and Jiu-Jitsu. Really cool atmosphere. If you're ever in the St. George area, be sure to check them out. I'll go ahead and throw their Instagram page down in the bio. If you're still watching, I appreciate you for sticking around all the way until the end. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up since you clearly enjoyed it. Comment down below which one of the rounds you enjoyed watching the most. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm Jedi. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 7 years, and I draw from that experience to give you guys quality jiu-jitsu videos every single Friday that you don't want to miss. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. If you guys want to keep up with me on the day-to-day, head on over to Instagram, follow me at Jedi_himself. I'll throw that down in the description. As always, you've been awesome. I've been Jedi. I'll talk to you in the next video. Remember, stay consistent, and you can do anything.
Got me like I'm barely sober. Slip right past like I barely know ya. Whip so fast like I whip Daytona. Got a bitch so bad and she grip my shoulder. Life flips so fast like a roller coaster.